What's going on, everybody? Welcome into HBCU Huddle. I'm interrupting stories. This is my favorite thing to do. I love doing it. We've been gone for a little bit. You guys might not remember, but I am CJ Hurt. Follow me on the Twitter at ConRadicalness. Follow me on Instagram at @new_ConRadicalness. Please be joined by the usual cast of characters. Mike Wallace is here. Follow him on Twitter. My Mike Check. Mike, what's going on, baby?
Man. Hey, it's 2026, man. Our first HBCU Huddle of the new year. So happy belated New Year to everyone. We're still in January, so I can still say Happy New Year. Looking forward to another fabulous year of HBCU Huddle. Bigger, bolder, stronger, and just all-encompassing. I'm looking forward to it.
Not sure I agree with you on that sentiment about still being able to wish people Happy New Year in January. I think after
it's the first show.
January 3rd and 4th, we're the New Year is over.
Yeah.
But
if you see each other,
that's just me and week zeroing the whole thing, right? Ronnie's here also. Ronnie, what's up, dog?
Here. Hey, y'all, I missed y'all so much. Make sure y'all download the Grind City Media on all platforms. You forgot about that, Mike, but I did not. I'm on it. 2026. I am on it, and I'm on y'all. I'm on y'all.
Yes.
Starting with this sweatshirt. Everybody, I want y'all to look at this Grind City Media sweatshirt that Mike Wallace has. It's such a nice sweatshirt. I would love. Let's look at CJ's sweatshirt.
This isn't that. This just says HBCU.
I don't care. Look at me. I ain't getting no pro.
I bought this with my money.
Did nobody say to wear HBCU? Did nobody say that?
See, hey, listen.
Y'all went matching?
We still arguing like it's 2025.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
We still debating like it's 2025. But we're going to take care of Ronnie because she deserves it. So next time you see her, she will have the fresh merch, and so will so many of our other HBCU Huddle family for sure. We got a squad. We definitely got a squad.
Now, yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're going to talk to one of those squad members, Sherm, our HBCU fashion correspondent, proud Miles alum. We're going to talk to him in the third segment. Like I said, we took a bit of a holiday break, but we're back. We'll be dropping new episodes every other week up until the off season really hits this summer. Like I said, we got Sherm coming up today in the third segment. We've got major sneaker news involving Benedict and Mississippi Valley State. So we're going to talk about that with him, plus so many other different things with him. We got a tremendous guest joining us in a new segment called, I can't remember what we decided to call it.
That's the segment.
I can't remember what we decided to call it. No.
That's it. Hey, that's it. I'm stamping that right there.
Our HBCU Spotlight segment, we're going to try and talk to HBCU alum from all of the HBCUs. That's the goal. But before this show gets canceled, before we get put off the airwaves, we're going to have an alumni from every single HBCU on to talk with us. Bill Jones, retired Lieutenant Commander of the U.S. Navy and proud Morehouse man, class of 1980. He's going to join us in the second segment. We also figured that since everybody is on the 2016 trend for the Pick Six, we'd follow that trend and hop on there as well. So if you want to see pictures of us from 2016, don't leave. In the last segment, we'll show those as well as share some of our favorite songs from that year. It's a lot of stuff to get to today. Let's start, though, with the big news coming out of Nashville, coming out of Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson State, Tennessee State, rivalry renewed, Mike Wallace. They're going to be playing this August 29th up in Nashville at Nissan Stadium, a part of the John Merritt Classic. I saw this, squealed with glee. I'm not going to lie to you. I was delighted to see this. Mike, what was your reaction?
Bittersweet. It was bittersweet to me because on one hand, I knew that rivalry had to, reconvene. They had to continue to play each other. And the fact that they're going to go home and home now for at least the next couple seasons, the first thing I thought was, man, Dion was right. Prime talked about it. He said, look, we don't need a promoter. We don't need a middleman. We don't need to meet in the middle. Let's just make all the money on our campuses and go home and home. And so he planted that seed 3 years ago here when he came to Memphis for the Southern Heritage Classic. My second thought was, dang, Southern Heritage Classic. Man, this was an opportunity right here for them to kind of get together and try to renew it, but it just wasn't meant to be. So bittersweet for me, but I'm glad that game is back on, and that's going to be the first game. We're going all hands on deck it like we did at the SWAC championship game. So HBCU Huddle will be on scene at the John Merritt Classic in Nashville.
And
with Ronnie rocking, it would be too hot to rock the sweatshirt. So I got to get her a T-shirt.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
She get the T-shirt and the sweatshirt.
There it is.
There we go. There we go. I'm so sad about the Southern Heritage Class. I know TSU was a big part of that, and I hate that we got to go away from that. But now's the time for Mississippi Valley to stand up and be a part of the Southern Heritage Class.
There we go.
Because we was just like this
there
close.
We go.
He said we was this close to being it last year. Dang. in 2025, but we wasn't able to do it. So hopefully we'll be able to be a part of the Southern Heritage Classic. But great things for TSU and JSU. That's gonna be a really good game. Like the alumni are already going back and forth about it. Like in the group chats and stuff, it's going crazy.
Well, if you Tennessee State, you ain't got much to say right now.
Nah,
you ain't got much to say right
nothing.
now.
But you know, they faithful just like me.
Yeah.
They blind.
Faith of a what?
Faith of a mustard seed. Hello.
That's all. That's all it takes.
Hello.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
You know, it's from the second thought I had was the Southern Heritage Classic piece of this. You know, these are the two teams, or were the two teams that were featured in the Southern Heritage Classic every year from '94 till 2022, and in that span, what's that? 22 years roughly. The Southern Heritage Classic was routinely well over 40,000 in attendance, except for that 1 year, September 11th, when they moved the game to November. And then the other year, what was that, 2018, I was there, when the storm came through and hit and canceled the game. And since both Tennessee State and Jackson State, the 2 years without them, you've seen attendance right around 21,000. The 1 year. Last year was the first year without both of them. Jackson State pulls out. Tennessee State remains in for 2 years, and it's right around 30,000. You take both of them out, attendance is now at 21,000. But if you're a promoter, and it's important, I think it is important. I love that classic. I love that game. If you're Fred Jones, you got to find a way to make it matter without both of those schools, because it doesn't look like they're coming back. And it's tough because Jackson State, in particular, is such a driver of attendance. Again, Jackson State leads the FCS in average attendance. They had 28,733 average attendance at the Vet this past season. In 2024, it was at 27,200. 2023, 30,000, 42,000 in 2022. 2021, they set the FCS record with 43,000. All of those years, they led the FCS in attendance. So Jackson State, while there is a noticeable dip in attendance right now, they're still well above their peers at that level. Tennessee State, on the other hand, this is big for them because last season they averaged right around 6,200 per HeroSports.com, which was about 55th in the FCS. Not awful, but right around middle of the pack. So a game like this could help drive attendance and drive interest up for that program.
Oh, no question about it. And I think you're going to see that game because of when it's played as well. You know, that's the advantage that playing in week 0, as much as you don't like week 0.
Call it,
that
just
is
call
the
it,
first,
call it week 1.
Season opener.
It's week 1.
Yeah, opening season
Mike,
game.
what were you saying? Week 0 is
what?
You said week 0, that is the first.
Yeah. First
that
game.
Is the first game.
That's the debut.
And you can't be first without 1, right? 0
No,
can't be
0
first.
comes first.
Zero is 0, damn it.
0 comes first.
We did this, guys. We did this in 2025.
We're going to do it again until we fix it.
And we still didn't come up with the answer.
We did. Week 1.
0,
It should be week
the
1.
number 0 holds a value. The number 0 holds a value.
Like, put the stopwatch on your phone right now. And if you push start, it's not going to start with 1. It's going to start
with 0.
It's going
It's gonna start with 0.
The
It's gonna
tenths
start
of a
with
second
0.
and then go from there. But having said that,
we're just not going to agree on this, people.
Bottom line is that you're going to have, I would predict right now, you're going to have at least 30,000. Just because it's the first game, just because people from Jackson, they will go anywhere to watch their team play. But Nashville is an attractive city in the Mid-South area. So that's going to be a beautiful time, a beautiful town to do it in. And hotel space is there. You know, they probably will treat it with the parade and all of those kind of things. You know, TSU is going to bring out all the stops because at that point, our guy, Coach Barlow, is going to have the faith of the mustard seed, and he's already going to be able to say the grasshoppers do what?
Hop forward. They do not hop backwards.
They do not hop backwards. So it's week 0, so they couldn't have gone backwards, right? It's only going forward, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
We're going to talk something about Andrew Body here in just a moment. Before we get there, I want to get your thoughts on where this rivalry, I'm putting both of you on the spot. I apologize. I have your numbers, and I should have texted this to you. But just where this rivalry ranks amongst HBCU specific rivalries across the divisions. Because I think it's a real important rivalry. JSU, TSU.
I think historically, because of the overlap between John Merritt and the coaches and so many people from Jackson State worked at Tennessee State and vice versa. Because they represent two of the more politically sound in terms of African Americans with political aspirations, Jackson, Mississippi, and Nashville, Tennessee, Central Tennessee. So it's a lot going in there into that. I would say to me, it's but they're not in the same conference.
Yeah.
So it's tough. So I would say it's got to be top 10, but it's more 5 to 10 as opposed to 1 through 5.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, 0 through 5.
Well, everybody, that does it for HBCU Huddle today. I'm gonna walk my ass out of here. No, I'm with you, Mike. It's cool to see so many of the rivalries center around one being in state and two being in the same conference. And this is one of the few rivalries that we have in HBCU ranks that they aren't in the same conference and they aren't in the same state. I think it's something to be said. I do believe Jackson State is the largest HBCU in the state of Mississippi.
Oh yeah,
right. So
by far.
Jackson State,
not too much.
Tennessee State,
not too much.
Largest in Tennessee, neighboring states, and they probably recruit the same types of students to their university. So I'm with you. I think it is a top 10 as well.
Yeah.
What say you, Ronnie?
I like the MVSU versus JSU rivalry better, but no, like to Mike's point, like I do think it's a top 10 rivalry, but I don't think it's top 5. Like you got JSU versus MVSU, you got JSU versus Alcorn, you got so many like in-state rivalries.
Southern Grambling,
you know what I mean? Like it's a lot.
FAMU, Bethune.
It's
Alabama,
a lot,
A&M.
and those become like battle of
Alabama
Mississippi,
State.
battle of Alabama, battle of Texas. Like it just all depends. But yeah, I don't think it's the top 5.
Bethune-Cookman.
Tuskegee, Morehouse. Tuskegee routinely be whooping them.
You know what though? But we're at probably just what we rattled off. We're at like 7.
Yeah.
And then after you get past the 7 that we just named, it's got to be.
Then you can have battle of the
8, 9,
Tigers.
10.
Battle of the
from
Tigers,
that
whatever
standpoint.
that means.
Because of the magnitude of it, right? But both of these are major flagship HBCUs. So, obviously you still there are a couple more that we didn't mention.
A&T Central,
the real HU, Howard Hampton, A&T Central. But yeah, that takes us to 9. So I would say Tennessee State, Jackson State got to be right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to have it back. Sports is driven by rivalries. The more you have there, natural, old, and new, the better the health of the sport is overall. We got news. Andrew Body in the transfer portal. He also won the Stats Perform HBCU Player of the Year after an outstanding season at Alabama State. This is our Deacon Jones Trophy winner, right, Mike? This is the guy who's going to win it.
He should win it, yes. Yeah, when it finally gets announced.
It'll get announced in February. February is going to be announced. Because they do it in conjunction with the Hall of Fame.
Okay, gotcha.
But he is in the transfer portal now. One of the hot young quarterbacks in the transfer portal. Look at the list of schools that have shown interest in Andrew Body. Penn State, Central Florida, Vanderbilt, Notre Dame. You've got James Madison there. You got South Florida there. You got UAB there. You've got some prominent universities, both power conference, as is the case in Penn State, Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, and group of conferences. Ronnie, I'll ask you, because you've been on the Andrew Body train all season long. Where would you like him to go? What type of program would you like him to go to? Do you have a program that immediately comes to mind?
So when I first asked y'all about like the transfer portal and how important it is for HBCU football players, it's kind of different coming from a player who played basketball for HBCU, because I always thought like, oh, if they keep transferring, like they just not as loyal to the program, or they come with some type of problems. But then I realized that it's to elevate them. Like they won't be seen at Alabama State from an NFL standpoint. They won't get seen there. So I don't care where he go. Well. If we could get him,
The Valley? Andrew Body, the Valley?
That ain't happening.
That ain't happening, Mike.
That ain't happening.
You stop it.
That ain't happening.
Faked up, I must have been. No. But based on that list, can we bring that list up so I can see? Based on that list, who would I want him to go to?
Ronnie has linked all the way in, boy. Ronnie, look at him, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know Ronnie wear glasses. Is this closer for you? Over
Nope.
to your left? Left ain't
No,
closer?
is that red JSU? Is that Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
Jacksonville
wouldn't be
State.
mad at that.
Okay.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad
Mike,
at
what
that.
about you,
I don't know
man?
if he's
You know
gonna
what?
make all his money there though.
I'm a little bit concerned about like the source of that graphic right there, right? Because at this point, man, right after the season, he talked, emphatically about coming back to Alabama State to finish the job, right?
Yeah.
He talked about that. And I get it. At this point, the money's where it is, and he can make more money playing somewhere else. But he's already transferred once. He's already, had multiple injuries. And you kind of I wanted to see him ride this out at Alabama State and get those guys over the hump. Now, having said all of that, there's something to me about, man, you're in the transfer portal. At some point, most of these guys that have already made their decision are already where they need to be at. So how much of this is about you wanting to get the love and show people, hey, I'm wanted, versus making a decision that's sound and best for you? So I'm hoping for him and his family that they're making some judgments for the right reasons and in the right way, because he only has one more year of eligibility left. He can apply for another medical red shirt and maybe get two, but at the end of the day, man, he's such a dynamic player. I think he would have been preseason SWAC player of the year going into this year. And I really think he could have had Alabama State ready for national exposure. So whatever program gives him the chance to start number one and puts him in a position where he can be successful, he's got to go Power 4, Power 5. He's got to go one step up. I don't think he stays on this same level at this point moving forward.
What you think, CJ? That's your guy.
And
that's y'all guy.
The portal, damn right he is. The portal
CJ stalked him at the SWAC Media Day 2 years ago.
All over that boy. Sir,
CJ was like a defensive end.
Sir.
He was like a defensive lineman trying to sack him.
You've got to back up, sir. You're way too close to Mr. Bobby. So for those of you who don't know the portal dates, the portal opened January 2nd. It closed January 16th. Then it opened again January 20th to the 24th. I know it, Ronnie. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm just trying to educate the people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It opens again.
Man.
So after spring ball, the portal opens again. So to Mike's point, everybody you think is where they're going to be. But come spring, there's a spring portal that opens. Yeah. And so if he doesn't land somewhere by the 24th, hold off until the spring comes and he can be in it. And as everybody's moving about, he can get grabbed then as well.
Does he miss spring ball?
I was just about to say, what does that look like for
yeah.
Grambling State? Like, are you still working out with him? Are
Alabama
you still
State.
trying to? Alabama State. I'm sorry. Yeah. Are you still working out with him? Are you still
because he has to be enrolled. Like you can
he
still
got to be registered
enrolled.
for classes.
Yeah, he's right. So he would have to be enrolled somewhere in order to have that access to those facilities. And like at this point, when he's had 2 devastating knee injuries, you can't just be messing around and working out somewhere where you're not insured and all that kind of stuff. So, he's taking a risk. I'm hoping that he knows where he wants to go. He just hasn't revealed it yet, but that's a gamble too because that team can also recruit over top of you as well.
Look forward to seeing how this all plays out. Got a break. We're going to do our HBCU spotlight on the other side. Bill is here to join us, proud Morehouse alum. You're listening to HBCU Huddle right here in the Built Ford Tough studio on Grind City Media.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat.
MJ, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
The world needs B2K.
B2K's breakup was a huge shock to their fans.
Boys for Life Tour.
Let's go, Grizz, let's go! Oh, John Merritt just broke the rim with that finish. Defense, take that ball! Defense, take that ball! Jared with a rejection. Give me that! Merritt digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen. Bob, Brandon Clark. On that rim!
Welcome back in, everybody. CJ Hurt, Mike, Ronnie, please be joined right now in our HBCU Spotlight segment. Like I said to start the show, the point of this segment is to get an alum from every HBCU, all 100 plus, 100 some of them, on the show, so we can say, hey, we talked to somebody from every HBCU. So we're going to start things off with my man Bill Jones, proud Morehouse alum, like I said to start the show, class of 1980. He's retired lieutenant commander in the U.S. Navy, retired administrator at the FedEx Ramp Air Traffic Control Tower. I met Bill playing tennis. Bill has some great stories to share. Bill, how's everything going, brother?
Man, it's beautiful, beautiful, CJ. Glad to be here with you and with Mike and Ronnie.
We love to have you. Let's get things started here. What part of Memphis are you from, Bill?
Well, there's only one real part of Memphis. That would be the South, baby. South Memphis
Bill.
through
You
and
go,
through.
Bill.
That's all right, Ronnie. You know, we spread the love up north, but definitely South Memphis.
Okay, and so walk me through how you ended up a kid in South Memphis, going from South Memphis all the way to Atlanta, 70s, right? You graduated in 80,
Absolutely.
so you started
76.
in 76. Going in 76, what was the city like in Memphis, and what led you to Morehouse?
Okay, I'll do that in reverse order.
Hey,
What got me there, and it's a story of, again, HBCU excellence writ large. As Ronnie and I chopped it up a little bit before the show, the excellence of HBCUs to me is the refinement of excellence that's been in the African American community. That was the genesis for our schools. And then through resources and intent, we built these schools. I'm third generation Morehouse, and I bring all that up to just briefly go backwards before getting to William E. Jones Jr. My dad, Morehouse brother, was the first librarian of what was then Owen College. My godfather, Dr. Fred Lofton, longtime pastor at Metropolitan, recruited him to come back here to Memphis to be there. This is pivotal because when Kennedy was elected, through his wisdom and his staff, as opposed to now, that's my thought, we wanted to have African-American representation in these newly independent African countries. So my dad, David Haley, the brother of the renowned Alex Haley, were some of the first black diplomats in U.S. history, and Dad retired as Undersecretary for American Affairs. So HBCUs have my dad leading my mom, my sister, and I to first Nigeria, then Zambia, and travel pretty much the entire African continent. As far north as Egypt, as far east as Ethiopia, as far south as Zambia, Kenya, Botswana. Mom, Dad, separate and divorce, come back, Mom, native of South Memphis, we're living with our grandmother. So that's the little piece that starts the journey towards Atlanta. Finished growing up here, Porter Junior High, Miami briefly, then back to Memphis for Hamilton Junior High and Hamilton High. And while our story I'm very proud of, again, it was not the only one. We as a people in our community, especially here in Memphis, excellence was what was expected. So I rolled on down to Morehouse, but I was already ahead of me are some very recognized Memphis names. Judge Tark Sugarman was already there in school. Dr. Kenneth Whalen was already there in school. Vasco Smith was already there in school. We were already friends. So this was a continuation of that type of thing. Excuse me. So from the South Memphis perspective, and very South, mother for a while was the director of Sarah Brown YWCA. And I'm bringing this point in to talk about a little unity with the North Memphis side, and then we'll get back to exactly what you're talking about. But in that arena, she started a martial arts. Well, she had a martial arts instructor come in. And so we trained with what was then the Mid-South Karate Club, which we had associated with the Black Dragons out of North Memphis. This is, if you will, almost unrecorded history, but we were the best. Those two clubs, we would travel around the Southeast region and compete and win on a regular basis through tough training. So the discipline, then the intellectual challenge at all of our schools, Hamilton's, the Melroses. I mean, that's our rival. We got to give them their props. And even the North, I mean, everybody was proud to be a North Side grad, and we were proud to know them and Fairleigh, et cetera. So those two lanes are what led the South Memphis boy to Morehouse in Atlanta, Georgia. The city, progressive. Now, if by city you mean Memphis or Atlanta?
Both. Memphis. So Memphis in the 70s, 60s as you're growing up.
Gotcha.
And then Atlanta as you're going through your journey at Morehouse.
We know we just celebrated MLK Day. So late 60s, my parents, like many others, were very involved in civil rights matters. My dad at that point is either overseas or in D.C. He retired as Undersecretary for American Affairs, but family, friends, and whatnot, very engaged in civil rights.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. Were you in the city when the assassination happened?
Absolutely was.
Okay.
Wow. Absolutely was. And very poignant reminder right now. In '68, as a kid in elementary school, I'm watching helicopters fly over our neighborhood, spotlights train down in the neighborhood, and the National Guard rolling military equipment through the streets on Mississippi Boulevard. 2026, we know what we're seeing now. A lot to be said there. I won't go too far, but I think you can maybe guess by my expression when I think of that.
We can connect dots. We can connect the dots over here, Mr. Bill.
So that had begun, and but the city was in a point here, especially, and there, we were starting to get good representation. By good, we were getting fair representation. We were getting African American representation. We'd gone through the Harold Ford Sr., finding the votes hidden, et cetera, the 9th Congressional District and whatnot. And of course, Atlanta was on the beginning of their explosion under Maynard Jackson and whatnot. So you
were in Atlanta pre-Atlanta blowing up the way that
I was
it did.
there to kind of witness the blowing up.
Okay.
Yeah, the early blowing up.
Got you.
Yeah, this is a whole nother level now. But even then,
the first population boom in Atlanta.
Coming down in '76, Atlanta was very much a place to be for us.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. That's outstanding. That's good stuff.
So I thought it was gonna be one screen.
It's two people, Ronnie. You sitting right next to him. How he catch you off guard on the screen?
I thought it was gonna be one screen, one person on the screen. Okay.
You talking to the mic, right?
No. I just wanted to ask, like, as somebody who I graduated in 2022, and I know it was completely different from when you graduated in the 80s, right? What is something that you would want all HBCU students going into picking their HBCUs to go about? Like, how do they go about it, or what is some advice that you would give to HBCU students?
That is a great question, Ronnie. I think one of the things, we choose schools, obviously, for jumping off points for careers. But what I would want us to look at, these potential students to look at, is not only what's good for me, what's good for the community. And sometimes recognizing that what's good for me/community is not necessarily the highest dollar. I'd want us to be more pragmatic in a sense. I love poetry. Nikki Giovanni, I'm down with her. I'd have a hard time telling you, go get your undergrad in fine literature right now. Now, I know English teachers, you might throw rocks at me, but pragmatically, I would want you to look at things that you knew could make a difference economically, because I think we're in a time where it's underscored that we need to establish, and this might be going against what I said about top dollar, but dollar as in support for our communities, our HBCUs, where we can fund our schools and other programs that are integral to our well-being in the city. and not always to be in the position of, or the stereotype, because I reject it, but the stereotype is that we're always having to ask for things for our community as opposed to being able to bring them to the table.
First and foremost, Bill, I want to thank you for your service, right? And I think that goes, it should go without saying, but it often doesn't. And what the sacrifice and the legacy that your family has meant, both for our communities, but also for this country overall, there's a level of gratitude. I have a sister and a niece who are in the Navy. I flirted with going to the Navy if basketball wasn't my path going to college. So I've always been fascinated with the Navy. So I definitely appreciate you on that. My question is along those same lines. It seems like now we're in an era where there's such a skepticism of African Americans and the government, particularly in armed services, and going to fight for this country when there's a social justice schism that exists there. How do you sort of balance that sort of dichotomy when you think about the service and the legacy that you have? And would you recommend that young men and young women from our community continue to go serve in a government that has so many different controversies and so much going on right now?
Mike, first, thanks for the acknowledgement. I appreciate that. Secondly, that question is so insightful and top of mind. It's a tough one. I love what I was able to do, what the Navy did for me. Just a quick detour and then right back to it, just in terms of life story and what HBCUs do for you. Went to school in preparation to become a psychiatrist, and it did very well down there. But in short phrase, when I came back here, I decided partying was better than going to medical school at UT. So that led to a naval flight officer versus a doctor. But it's exactly what if I had known everything that I knew now, if I'd known it then, this is what I would have wanted to do. Love what it did for me, what I was able to travel, do, fly in combat, flight instructor, et cetera. We may talk more about that in a bit. I never, and I'm not a rose-tinted glasses guy, I never thought we'd get to the point where I'd have to wrestle with that question, because before the last couple of years, military was one of the highest things I said recommended, and as an aviator, I wanted you to go to aviation. 4-star Admiral Alvin Bullhalls is a good friend of mine. He's a Morehouse brother for context. He is the former commander of Southern Command. He is the admiral that resigned rather than execute those orders that are being conducted right now in Venezuela and whatnot. And I, among others, across the alumni background, across his fraternity background, and to me, anybody of goodwill and understanding of the Constitution have roundly and loudly applauded him. This man is an exceptional warrior, leader, a great guy to know, and he knew right from wrong. And a lot of people that knew right from wrong were, I'll call it purged, because that's what it was. When the current administration came in, people of right thinking, great combatants, great leaders, great people were summarily sent because they weren't going to follow things that are unconstitutional. The persecution right now against Mark Kelly and some of the others for saying you don't have to follow an unlawful order, that's baked into both the Constitution and the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which is what prescribes all of our actions. So if someone has a problem with that, they have a problem with this country and Constitution, and we took an oath to it. And I've got several good friends that are, my age, these the junior guys that are now very senior, and it breaks my heart because I know they want to lean forward, but now it is kind of a time when you gotta watch your back. I think, and this is sad for me to change from how I know, I think I would still say to a young man or young lady, this is still a good career. And I say that with this, the faith that, as Martin said, the arc swings back sometimes, not quickly, but go on, you're still gonna make a difference. And that current evil, and that's just what I feel it is, that's there, is not gonna be there always. And in fact, I think less time than he realizes. So I would not want to see a person make a lifetime decision on a temporary condition, even though they need to be very conscious of what that decision would entail right now. But a great question, Mike, and it saddens me, like I said, that I have to give a qualified answer, a qualified yes to that, but I still would give it a yes.
Mr. Bear, as we look back at just our American history, Black history, and the civil rights movement, and we seen the unity there in the States. Like, we seen the footwork that everybody was doing during that time. And we are now in a state where we're looking at history repeat itself at this moment. What is something that we can do as regular citizens that you would like for us to see to ensure that we stay united, stay together, to make sure that we're being heard and we still get what we deserve throughout everything, like in a general?
That's a great question again as well, Ronnie. And I'm going to put you with my two daughters who are both doing, I think, incredible things. Victoria Jones, founder of Tone, and my other daughter, Ashley, who, after getting a PhD at Vanderbilt, is kind of following me, and she's a flight instructor. But in both cases, and in your case, there's first the consciousness that something needs to happen. Because for a while, even in my generation, I think we got to I got to get mine. And the community concerns were a distant, second or third. You all, and across the board, because I'm, with you all a lot, I hear much more thought on community concern, world concern, and that's step one, just knowing it. And then I'm seeing more and more the passion to try to do something about it. So first, you're showing concern. Then after that is choosing what lane you want to help in and realize you have to stay in just one lane. They're the basics. Homelessness, voter registration, voter participation, that's all definitely there. But right now, I'm in a room full of media professionals, and this is something that wasn't accessible or even in some ways dreamt of. I mean, there were small pockets of great Black media, but to have media integral with the Grizzlies and whatnot in Grind City, that is phenomenal. So this is just taking this forward would be some of the things that I would say. You all, your generation, I think, is even better than ours at saying and being intentional. And I've taken that on as my mantra, even in my second retirement. The time that I'm spending trying to give back, I don't want to be just a little here, a little there. I hopefully want it to be intentional and be something that our youth can grab, hold of and take on.
Dadgummit, Bill, you done used up all the time, man. We ain't even getting to what it's like landing planes on ships, man. Bill, we got to get you back because there are a couple more things to discuss. But we got to go right now.
Understood.
Thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all that you do. And when you play me in tennis on Thursday, will you please take it easy on me?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Not you getting beat. Not you over there getting beat. Morehouse versus Tuskegee.
Getting drug out there. Bill, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank
We
you,
on the other
CJ.
side. We got to take a break. On the other side, Sherman's going to hop on. We're going to talk fashion with him, and then we got a tremendous pick six lined up for you guys as well, right here on HBCU Huddle on Grind City Media.
John Merritt just broke the rim with that finish. Jared with a rejection. Give me that! Morant digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen. Lob, Brandon Clark.
On that rim!
Tell me about being a rookie in the NBA. What has that been like so far?
The coolest part is, having a class with you they're all rookies. So if you go to an NBA game, you kind of know a lot of the guys that are rookies there because you went through that process of draft workouts, playing against them in college and stuff. So I think it's cool to have that camaraderie.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Do you feel like you have had a matchup or an opponent or a moment where you're like, oh, I'm in the NBA now?
When we played the Warriors and Steph on the left wing hit like a step back three, like right in my face. Like, I remember watching this on TV and I'm the one getting scored on.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
These games just come one after another, and it can be difficult to pull yourself out of a bad stretch How were you guys able to do that? Because not only have you done it, but your team has done it as well.
Yeah, we have some great leaders. Ja, Jaren, even Cedric as a rookie, he's very vocal. And then obviously the coaching staff, Tomas. So I think it starts with just the great leaders we have.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
The world needs B2K.
B2K's breakup was a huge shock to their fans.
Boys for Life Tour.
The 99 and the 2000.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
so
Come on
maybe
now.
right when Bow Wow was
Come
hot.
on now.
All right.
I was hot.
Wait, but if you were born in 2000, that means you were like 3 when Bow Wow was popping. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back in HBCU Huddle.
When Bow Wow started popping, I started popping.
You had barely learned to walk.
She had just popped out, is what
Yeah,
she's saying.
basically.
That's what she's saying. She just popped out when Bow Wow was popping. That's it.
Welcome
That's
back
it.
in, everybody. HBCU Huddle. Tremendous interview with Bill. Just want to thank him one more time for all of his insight. And we'll have to have him back on. Cause I brought him in here so he could tell us stories about flying the planes for the Navy, Mike.
Right,
Because
well,
those are
listen.
incredible stories. We lost a night of tennis just sitting around listening to Bill tell these stories. That's why I'm like,
we're gonna need those stories next month too, man. Black
Okay, good
History
point.
Month. Not that we're just relegated to 1 month for our history.
Yeah, this
but,
our HBCU.
on
but
this
yes,
show,
yes, it's all.
it's always Black
Yeah,
History.
it's
Come
every
on
month.
now.
Every month is Black History.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Black History, we got a fashion correspondent, Ronnie. I don't know if you know his name, but his name is Sherm. He's joining us now. Proud Miles alum. Sherm is one of the many hosts of Sneak Fest over here on the Grind City Media airwaves. Sherm, what's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas? CJ, Mike, Ronnie, how you guys doing this
We
afternoon?
good, man. We good. Wanted to have you on as our official fashion correspondent. There's been some news in the HBCU fashion game. Let's start with Ronnie's alma mater. Let's start with Mississippi Valley State. Ronnie's real excited to start here.
She's excited about this.
They were gifted not only Jaws, they were gifted multiple pairs of the Jaws signature sneaker and the all-white uniforms, the white jerseys were gifted to them by Ja and his mother. Can you? What were your thoughts when you saw this pop up, Sherm?
I love this. I'm a good friend with Ashley, and I know Ronnie is too. With dealing with her with the
Shields.
Ashley Shields. Yeah,
There we
she's the
go.
coach
Thank you.
over there. Yeah, she's the coach over there. And I know then Jar sister played for her a year or two, right? Ronnie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love to see it. It was good that they decided to go back and give the women all of that type of publicity because we know women's sports right now doesn't get the big vibes unless you like Asia Wilson or somebody that's really making noise like that. So just to see that give back to the women or HBCU, I thought that was a good look.
Benedict also got some cool shoes, got some cool paraphernalia. They got the Ronnie's upset. They got the A1s. They got some A1s.
Then they look at the color.
Asia's father went to Benedict. I graduated from Benedict. So she donated these shoes in honor of her father. Ronnie, you like this colorway?
Yeah, I like that colorway, but they got the all white ones. They
Okay,
got the
they got
all
the
white
all
ones.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that colorway right there, I actually got some pink ones.
Okay.
So when I worked at WNBA All-Star, they gifted us Asia Wilson.
Flex.
A1s. And I got the high
Flex
pink
or
ones.
something.
Little flex.
Little flex.
So shout out to my girl Asia Wilson. I appreciate you.
That's Ronnie's girl.
I met her.
You met her?
So
I met her. Yeah.
So Ronnie, you play ball. So how is it playing ball in those Asia ones?
I love them. Like so I have very flat feet. And the insoles there's so much cushion in them that I feel like I'm walking on air, like I'm clouds. Like that shoe is one of my favorite shoes. Like I wear it now. Like, sorry, Jaws. I do love my Jaws. I do love my Jaws. But she made that shoe for me specifically. So shout out my girl Asia Wilson.
Sherm, do you have a favorite colorway of the A1s or of the Jaws?
Now the Jaws, every color. Well, my favorite color is the one that I custom. I don't currently have. It's actually upstairs in my sneaker room. I'm currently
we were expecting to see the sneaker room.
Is it the John 3?
That's on the reason.
Change that background, man. Change that background. We need to see where you at, like we did last time.
Is it the John 3s?
Yes, it's just John 3s. I did a Bayou colorway of those, and they super clean. Actually, Uncle Phil saw my feet, and he looked at me, and he was like, "Man, we might need to put them in production." I'm like, "Come on, gotta go ahead, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it."
Sneak Fest.
But like same thing what Ronnie said, like just hooping in, like that's all I hoop in now is the John 3. That cushion. I'm saying, well, I have a flat foot, so even just playing in that shoe. Just that bounce that has in it when you coming down trying to jump back up for a rebound or a shot or something like that response in is like super cool. I mean, I went from before the John 3, I was going back and forth from the KD 4 and like the Kobe 6 and the Kobe 8. So they kind of in the same line of the same thing of those are there. And I've heard good things about the Asia 1. You know, I think since y'all made the 3 and the 2 and the 3, I just kind of been in that space right there and there. And Mike was just in London. I mean, he was at the job. What was it called, Mike? The Jaw Zone or whatever they called it out there.
Yeah, that's what they called it. That's what they called it. Now here it is. I don't have flat feet like y'all too, but I do have 50-year-old knees, man. So I can't ball, right? Like my balling days are behind me from that standpoint, and I'm proud about it. I put in enough work back in the day. But listen, man, I wanted to shift gears because on the other side of some of this HBCU and Black culture shoe release was a controversy surrounding Nike and the LeBrons that they released commemorating the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend in that colorway that resembled the teal from the Lorraine Motel Civil Rights Museum. Yeah. What did you make of sort of the backlash that Nike received from that? Do you think it was kind of overblown, or was it justified that maybe this was a genuine attempt that just didn't hit the right way? What did you make of that entire thing from that standpoint?
I think it was a mixture of both. That's a good question. I think it was a mixture of that. I think people took it overboard a little bit because if you kind of go back to, I don't know what year that was, when we did the jerseys that only had the resemblance of that. It was the all black jersey and it had just the resemblance of that color. And I think the
I'm a man jersey.
Yeah, I'm a man jersey, right. If you look at that jersey and then fast forward to the LeBron shoe, it kind of go hand in hand a little bit. It's like, you know, that jersey didn't really play on too much of the actual history of the Civil Rights Museum, same way as the shoe. I understand that they was trying, but I mean, I didn't think it was just that bad as people made it as. I mean, like same thing like you just said, Mike, earlier before we came back on that, you know, the Black History is not just 1 month. You know, we celebrate that throughout the whole 12 months of the year. So we just can't pinpoint off of one shoe thing and one colorway. I mean, they tried it. I mean, I didn't think nothing was wrong with it, but yeah, some people just felt like they should have told a little bit more story behind it. But I mean, I get it though. You know, everybody gonna have their opinion now since social media's out here.
Sherm, we gotta let you go, man. We appreciate you taking time out and being our official fashion correspondent. Shout out to Miles, baby. Let's go.
Next time
you come on, we want to see the sneakers and we want to see the custom sneaker as well.
He don't want to show all that because then everybody gonna be hitting him up asking for stuff. That's why he got that background. He's protecting his stash. That's what it is.
Sure, we gotta go, man. We appreciate it. Chet Sherm every Tuesday on Sneak Fest right here on Grind City Media. We've got more coming up on the other side. Pick 6, we're going to take a walk down memory lane. If you made it this far, you're going to see some cool pictures from 2016, baby. Right here, HBCU Huddle in the Built Ford Tough Studios on Grind City Media.
Picked up by Pippen.
How would you describe your rookie season so far?
Growth. The best way to grow is to be thrown in the fire, and I think coaches and all of my coaches have done a good job with that, because I remember having a conversation with him. He was like, the fastest way and the best way you're going to learn is if I throw you in the deep end and you try to keep your head above water.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Field goal percentage up. 3-point field goal percentage up. Points up. Rebounds up. How would you describe your second season so far?
I feel like in my head, my standard's a little higher than that. I feel like my percentage should be a lot more up. 3-point percentage a lot more up. And but I'll take it. You see the positives and things.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
How are you able to release and have an instrumental song become a huge deal?
And I forget who the disc jockey was, but he put the wrong side on. He put the Green Onions by mistake and played the B side instead of the A side.
No!
And that's when the change happened. These people started to call the station and say, play that song again.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
I thought I was gonna catch somebody
No, you're
slipping
not.
around
No,
here. I
I
thought I
be
was gonna
looking
catch
at you.
somebody.
I be looking at you. You ain't gonna get me.
Welcome back in,
You're not gonna
everybody.
get me.
When he get real quiet, you know it's coming.
I
You know
I
it's
ain't
coming.
saying nothing over HBCU. Everybody, welcome back in. We got a little bit of time left. It's time. Every show, the last segment is our pick six. We got a tremendous pick six as always. Favorite song of 2016. Favorite songs of 2016. This comes about because everybody's a 10-year. It's been a decade since 2016. People are walking down memory lane, particularly on social media. So everybody's having their old posts from 2016, old pictures from 2016, sharing some of their favorite moments from 2016. In 2016, Prince had passed. Prince passed April 21st, 2016. Captain America Civil War was released May 6th of 2016. And that's when I was like, oh, Marvel might have something. Also, for those of you who are into them, Black Panther's first appearance in the MCU came in Captain America Civil War. I was big into Pokemon Go. That dropped in July of 2016. Ronnie, you was into Pokemon Go, wandering up and down the street more, walking all over the place. Insecure debuted in October of 2016. I thought it was sooner than that. And then, as always, RIP to the fallen one, RIP Harambe. He gave his life in 2016, sadly. So, yeah, those were some of the top moments from 2016. Before we get to our favorite songs of 2016, let's take a look at these pictures. Who want to go up there first?
There we go.
There he is.
There we go.
Oh, look at that boy, Sherm, baby.
There we go. There we
Did it
go.
say your wife is not welcome here?
Nah, your wife is hot.
Oh, your wife is not hot.
Your wife is not hot. Come on in.
Oh,
or something like that. Something like that.
You too player.
But that wasn't
You
it.
too player. That's Superfly right now.
That's why I went straight to Cairo.
And I'm going to give you some context on that real quick, right? That was on Havana Street in Key West, Florida. That was my celebratory cigar when I accepted the position to come and help start Grind City Media here in Memphis. That was my last little vacation. Key West is my favorite place in the United States to just go chill and relax. That's a forbidden cigar shop. They sell illegal Havana cigars in the back of that joint. So I said, bro, give me your best stogie. Let me go ahead. And I ain't even smoking. It ain't even really lit up. It's just me holding it to my lips, man. Me and my wife took that photo, man. So that was Big Mike right there, flexing right there. That was 25 pounds ago. 25 pounds ago with the hat. Yeah.
All right, Kyra, just throw somebody else up there, man. There she goes. In the pink jacket.
Listen, pink was hard back then. 2016, I was a sophomore in high school at Raleigh, Egypt. This was actually outside of Raleigh, Egypt's cafeteria when I took this picture. I actually got in trouble with my coach right after I took this picture. But the big glasses were in, then pink. The Air Forces, the ones, if you did not wear Air Forces to school, you were not it. It wasn't about the Jordans. Well, the Jordans but Air Forces, that's everybody's first day of school fit.
Sophomore year?
Sophomore year in high
what school was it?
Raleigh, Egypt.
Raleigh, Egypt. Big glasses, big hair.
Yeah. And this was the first time. So this was me entering in my like girly phase or whatever. And this was the first time I was able to dye my real hair. So my daddy let me dye my hair red. I took it. I took it and went. I didn't go back after that.
With the bow leg flex right there too.
You see it, man. You see me.
All right, Kyra, who's next? There she goes.
Is that Kyra?
Kyra, you graduated high school.
Is that black on the screen?
Boy, that's black on the
black on the track.
That's black on the track.
She got on some heels too. She got on heels. I can see them. She got on heels.
Is this high school graduation, Kyra? This is Kyra's high school graduation, man. Look at black on the track.
Black on the track.
Boy, you couldn't tell Kyra nothing, boy.
You couldn't tell her Nathan.
Hell no, you
Kyra,
couldn't
I like
tell
that
Kyra
dress,
nothing.
Kyra.
And that looked like Delaware State University track right there.
All right, here we go. Last but not least, look at your boy.
The hair.
Your boy.
The
hair.
The hair.
Yeah.
Looking like a young Anthony Hamilton.
Come on now. Oh, I had a hoodie from Concussion. The movie Concussion had just come out.
Oh, okay.
So I had that hoodie. It was one of the giveaways. I got to see a sneak peek. They were just giving it away, so I had that on. I had hair and everything.
So that's what you're going to look like when I win football season after you grow your hair for a month?
One, you're not going to win it. Two, hell no.
Yeah.
That's not what it's going to look like. I'm bald for a reason. All right, 2016. We got about 2 minutes. Let's run through these real quick. I'll get us started.
All right.
Real quick.
Set the tone.
Favorite songs from 2016. Throw them all up, Black. There they go. Ooh. Formation, Beyonce. Number 6, Lemonade came out. That was visually spectacular. For Your Eyes Only, J. Cole. Kiss It Better, Rihanna. Great Rihanna. My favorite Rihanna song. 679, Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap, tremendous at that time. Back to Sleep, Chris Breezy. And in December, Bad and Bougie dropped.
Yeah, that was live.
Bad and Bougie dropped.
That was a tough top 6.
There you go.
Okay, Ray Schmurda, Black Beatles. That's when everybody was doing the mannequin challenge. I know y'all forget about that. Designer, Panda.
The Brawls in Atlanta.
Yeah, that was like, I still don't know the words to that song. Still don't even know
just Panda.
Yeah.
No clue why we're rapping about Pandas.
But Rihanna needed me, that whole album. Like, Rihanna, can you come back, please?
Album
can you
incredible.
come back, please? I'm tired of you having kids. Come back. Here we go. But Adele, Hello, is always one of my top songs. Yes. I still listen to Adele to this day. But Bryson Tiller, people didn't know about Bryson Tiller until 2016, but I've been on Bryson Tiller. I've been on Bryson Tiller. And then Drake, Controller. Y'all know about that One Dance? Drake, Controller. That was it. But that was my steeple top 6.
All right, I'm going to go R&B old school because that's just what I'm representing. But Andre Day, Rise Up, that changed the whole game for me, man.
That's it.
If after 7, I listened to that again yesterday, and it took me back to that moment right there. Anthony Hamilton, Amen, CJ's cousin from that picture is right there. Think of it. Mary J. Blige changed the game when she came back. I saw her in the concert here from that. And who could forget about CeeLo Green? Been riding around town with the girl I love, right? I'm like, F you and F you too, F her too. And then that's what I like. Bruno Mars had 2016 on lock with 24 Karat, man. Who couldn't Everybody was getting down to Bruno Mars on that one right there. So that was mine right there. That's what I like was my number one.
Kyra, throw it up. Let's see Kyra's Carolina Mean, Exchange, Bryson Tiller, Don't Hurt Yourself, Beyonce, Versace on the floor.
Okay,
Bruno,
same one. We
Cranes
there.
in the Sky, Solange, Needed Me, Rihanna. That does it for HBCU Huddle. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you again in 2 weeks. We'll have more guests, more fun, more shenanigans right here on Grind City Media.
That's it.